Before we start today's video, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below. Use code Ahsoka in all caps to get $7 off your order. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the vid.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video, this is my overview video for Star Wars content that we're going to be getting in next year of 2024. This is really specifically into the regards of all of the different Disney Plus shows, because there are also seemingly a couple of Star Wars video games that we're also supposed to get, fingers crossed, but you know how that kind of goes on the Star Wars gaming forefront. I'll be discussing and covering that stuff in a separate feature video here on the channel. It's all the more reason to grab that subscribe button though, if you haven't already. We're discussing and talking about all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel, so if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab the subscribe button today. So we do have a new update into the regards of the Bad Batch's Season 3, its third and final season. Tales of the Jedi Season 2 is also confirmed for 2024, alongside into the live action spectrum of things, such as The Acolyte and also Star Wars Skeleton Crew being the next addition to the Mandoverse. Unfortunately, Andor Season 2 seems to be pushed back and actually move into 2025 instead. I just had another video here on the channel discussing everything that we know about that in the recent. In this video, we are going to be taking a read from StarWarsNewsNet.com. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. In a new press release from the Walt Disney Company, as an official announcement in some type of way, it's been confirmed that Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3 and Tales of the Jedi Season 2 are still set for a 2024 releases on Disney Plus, despite the previous reports to the contrary. So apparently there have actually been a couple of other reports saying that even more Star Wars 2024 projects and shows would have actually been pushed back to 2025 alongside with Andor Season 2. You may still find our original story covering this below, they read, of where you also have pointed out reports on Andor Season 2 moving into 2025 due to the strikes from earlier this year, and Disney giving other Star Wars shows some time to breathe in between. That's something that is very emphasized, I think, when it comes to Star Wars content, for one, as you see kind of as the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of struggles through that like superhero fatigue, as many have kind of called it, of by which if you are a Marvel fan, we have our Marvel channel linked in the description down below there as well. I think that Star Wars, honestly, in the last like 4 years at this point, has done a beyond phenomenal job at giving that quote-unquote breathing room, or like spacing out their different projects, pun intended there as well, for kind of just not having that oversaturation essentially of like every other week or every other month there's something new for Star Wars. That kind of applied for Marvel, it feels like, in the last couple of years, and from by which a lot of people have complained about the quality control on those projects as well. They have, though, however, recently taken a step back and are kind of like overviewing everything that they have going on, pushing a lot of their Marvel projects back there as well. So they kind of continue to do the same there for Star Wars as well, and it honestly works really well. I mean, I feel like that there's always plenty of breathing room, and like I'm always left hungry for more Star Wars content. Maybe it's because I'm a big fat Star Wars nerd. I mean, I don't really know. But also kind of looking at the in general audiences, like people that might not be into a galaxy far away as much as maybe you and me are exactly. That isn't to say that like other people aren't necessarily diehard Star Wars fans or Star Wars fans to begin with. That's not gatekeeping or anything like that, don't get me wrong. Anyway, moving on here. This new official press release from Disney and the Walt Disney Studios does not include the Diego Luna-led series, seemingly confirming those reports of that Andor Season 2 was actually pushed back to 2025 instead of having its August 2024 premiere. In a new press release from the Disney Plus UK, an official release, the platform has provided a list of some of the titles that we can expect from them in 2024, specifically for Star Wars, of course. Regarding those, they have only listed 2 titles though, however, The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew. 3 other shows were at some point announced to be coming next year as well. At like the beginning of this year, they had announced a lot of different projects at Star Wars Celebration in the spring, saying that a lot of projects were either actually coming out like by the end of this year or also in 2024 there as well, of by which we were actually supposed to be getting the next edition and a live action show, Star Wars Skeleton Crew. That was supposed to actually be coming out like by now, by the end of 2023, and because of the Hollywood strikes, we're kind of assuming, okay, like now they probably pushed it back to early 2024. That no longer seems to be the case whatsoever. I already had it in a video here on the channel discussing everything that we know about Star Wars Skeleton Crew, but essentially it seems very unfortunate for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. It seems that it's actually been pushed back nearly almost a year to November of next year, 2024, instead of having it come out in the earlier months of 2024. Anyway, the official Walt Disney press release here had only announced 2 other shows of by which we're supposed to be getting in 2024. Those 3 other shows were at some point announced to be coming next year. The 2nd and final season of Andor, the 3rd and final season of The Bad Batch, and the 2nd season of Tales of the Jedi. As has been widely reported, the SAG-AFTRA strike this summer had halted production on the Diego Luna-led show a few weeks ago before it was actually set to wrap before the actual strikes had begun. I just discussed all of that in more detail and in more depth on our Andor Season 2 official delay video here on the channel. You guys can check out as well. And we still don't know if they've actually been able to resume the shooting. It seems for what they seem to be doing for wrapping up and completing the filming production overall for Andor Season 2. This applies to many other movies, projects, and shows, everything in between for just Hollywood in general, is that a lot of those productions are going to be resuming in the new year of 2024. Therefore, they may still be playing coy about announcing a 2024 date just yet, and that like they want to make sure that they're able to get the filming process kind of done and complete and not necessarily false alarm us, essentially, like put out a release date that we're all like fingers crossing for, anticipating and hoping for, and then like just not follow up on it. Because we know that they are just about done with Andor Season 2 as well. As Star Wars Celebration earlier this year, they did show an exclusive Andor Season 2 trailer exclusively to attendees, of by which since then has leaked online here and there. I think we covered it here on the channel as well. I may have that video actually linked in the description down below. Although it's kind of up in the air if they're filming Andor Season 2 right now or if that's something that they plan to do into 2024. Note that snowtroopers apparently were recently spotted at Pinewood Studios where they've been filming Andor Season 2. This is something that was reported by StarWarsNewsNet.com. This was just like a couple of days or weeks ago actually. Anyway, as far as The Bad Batch Season 3 goes, just last week it seems like the most likely candidate to be coming out first next year is going to be The Bad Batch. And recently, the head writer, Jennifer Corbett, had teased that they were in the middle of their final mixing session and have just about actually complete The Bad Batch Season 3. It's like completely done, sitting in a corner in Lucasfilm's headquarters, ready to come out. They actually showed an exclusive trailer as well at Star Wars Celebration earlier this year of The Bad Batch Season 3. Tales of the Jedi Season 2 is currently an unknown entity at the moment, since the last update that we got about it was back at Star Wars Celebration, when a press release had confirmed a 2024 release window and that the project was actually going to be happening, though it didn't elaborate any further. Do mind you though, this is not a case of where they were only listing live action projects, as Marvel Studios did include their upcoming X-Men 97 animated show as well. Perhaps they were just being cautious about like what to actually confirm, like they don't want to like false alarm us essentially, as I had mentioned. As far as the order of like release kind of goes for everything, it's kind of impossible to predict at this point, although from what I have been hearing quite personally is that, well, as I had mentioned earlier on, it seems very unfortunate Skeleton Crew has now been pushed back all the way until November of 2024, and from what I've heard about the Acolyte is that they're eyeing it for it to take over the August 2024 premiere date that Andor Season 2 is going to have. So essentially the Acolyte would be coming out over the summer, is from what we're hearing about that. As of for Tales of the Jedi Season 2, we don't know anything about that one, to be honest with you guys. Aside from that, they were able to actually continue on with much of the process production overall for Tales of the Jedi. Same thing for the Bad Batch Season 3, even despite while the ongoing strikes had been going on earlier this year. Like they were able to find loopholes around it and kind of still work on that. And then finally, as of for the Bad Batch Season 3, that seems to be coming out, if for anything, to be like the first project to be coming out. Like that's something that we can anticipate by February, January, maybe even by the beginning of next year. This all being said though, guys, it seems that Star Wars looks to have quite a bright future, of course, in a galaxy far, far away. There's plenty of other projects to be looking forward to as well, aside from the ones that we've discussed in today's video, of by which many of we have already discussed here on the channel. You can find many of those videos linked in the description down below. There's been a lot of other movie news for Star Wars actually as well, teases and rumors and everything in between for a lot of these Star Wars movies coming out. Also other projects that just haven't even like been officially announced or officially greenlit, seemingly, like a possible potential Ahsoka Season 2. We also have recent news on The Mandalorian Season 4 and everything else going on in a galaxy far, far away. It's a lot to keep up with, but that's exactly what we're here for. So grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and join us today. Thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. Of course, I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking in the comments section down below. What are you guys looking forward to most in the new year of 2024 and also in the future of the Star Wars franchise as well? I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, I'll catch you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.